Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm Erwin Kaasi, a first year BS Ed major in English student, and I will be discussing development. Growth is already discussed by Mark Angelo, and according to his discussion, growth is changes in physical. Changes are in physical sense and they are quantitative, meaning they can be measured or estimated. In this topic, I will be focusing about development and I will give difference between development and growth. Growth and development are innate for human. They are natural and inevitable for us to experience them. Physical growth is an increase in size, while development is growth in function and capability. Both processes highly depend on genetic, nutritional, and environmental factors. As children develop physiologically and emotionally, it is useful to define certain age-based groups. Child development can be defined as a process by which a child changes over time. It covers the whole period from conception to an individual to becoming a fully functioning adult. Child development incorporates physical growth as well as intellectual, language, emotional, and social development. So let us discuss the definition of development. So when we say development, it specifies maturation of function. It is related to the maturation and melanation of the nervous system and indicates acquisition of a variety of skills for optimal functioning of the individual. So when we say maturation, it is the process of reaching a stage of full or advanced development. In other words, maturation is the process of maturating or maturing or reaching maturity. On the other hand, when we say melanation, it allows more rapid transmission of neural information along neural fibers and is particularly critical in a cerebral nervous system dependent on several long axon connections between hemispheres, lobes, and cortical and subcortical structures. So there are also a lot of thought given by different people about development. So let us first discuss what Horlock said. So according to him, in 1959, development means a progressive series of changes that occur in an orderly, predictable pattern as a result of maturation and experience. So according to Liebert, Paulus, and Marmor, in 1979, development refers to a process of change in growth and capability over time as function of both maturation and interaction with the environment. So let me give you an example. So for examples, a wild teenage girl getting calmer in her early 20s and a boy falling in love for the first time in his teenage day. So there are actually two kinds of development that we could differentiate. So we have qualitative development and quantitative development. So what do you think is the difference of the two? So when we say qualitative development, it occurs when individuals progress and become different from the way they were earlier, like the way an individual perceives the world, behave, and think. So for example, a boy getting exposed to violence were likely to grow up to be more fierce and brutal. A girl getting new perception of the world because of her experiences. So this changes or any cognitive status that is likely to change from experience and environment. So the next development that we have is what we call quantitative development. So quantitative development refers to the growth factors of an individual that can be measured or estimated. So example of quantitative development are John getting 1 inch taller after puberty, and we have also Jerome gaining weight since his childhood. At this part, let's talk about the difference between growth and development. So, changes in quantitative aspects come into the domain of growth. It generally refers to an increase in size, length, weight, or something that can be measured. While development implies overall change in shape, form, or structure resulting in improved working or functioning, changes in the quality or character rather than the quantitative aspect comes in this domain. So in more understandable words, we can say that growth is purely physical sense and limited to a certain age, and it stops when maturity has been attained, while development is overall physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, or any other. It is a continuous process starting from the time of conception and continuing until the end of life. So, for my conclusion, so growth and development are correlated and interconnected. Growth refers to the increase in height, weight, body size of a person, especially a child. On the other hand, development refers to the growth process where a person can develop concerning physical, mental, social, emotional, moral, and etc. And these are my references for this report, and if you have questions about the credibility of the information, you can just click it and try to search it for you to read. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.